Hello there, and welcome to the summer special of Talking with the Center of the Universe. Today I am very happy to have the DJ and producer Marius Sommerfeldt with me.
Mr. Summer.
Mr. Summer. So we say in Norwegian, we say Sommer and Sommerfeldt. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm all good. It's summer. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Sommerfeldt all over. So
It's Sommerfeldt all over.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a bit windy though.
It's
It's like a category 3 or something.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's pretty windy, but it's
Yeah.
nice to be. We said about this show that we are always on the green screen in the Metronomicon audio studio.
Yeah.
But that's not 100% true. Today we are in the backyard of Grünerløkka Lufthavn, and
It's
Gallery
pretty green.
69 is having an opening. Mir
there's
is
Pride?
yeah, it's Pride
Pride in
also
Norway?
right up the street, and Mir is having a concert with the rock band High Minol. And people are sitting outside and enjoying themselves, and we are here to talk about
Music.
Music.
Probably. Or me, or music, or you maybe.
yeah, not too much about me right now. Yeah, we have to,
Didn't work.
I'm not going to talk too much about myself right now.
No.
I'm going to ask you when and how did you start to make music?
Make or DJ.
Or DJ?
Or both.
Or both?
Or both.
Or tell me, from the very start.
Okay, I started DJing when I was 15. I bought my first turntable when I, what do you call it? Konfirmasjon? What's that in English? Like confirmation or?
I vet da søren jeg.
No.
Maybe it's a confirmation actually.
Yeah. Anyway, I bought some like shitty belt-driven turntables and some speakers from a neighbor when I was 15, and I started like buying records. I used to work in like a newspaper, Aftenposten.
Yeah?
What do you call it? Bud.
What do you call it? Garage?
Oh, you call it garage?
It's avisbud.
Avisbud.
Yeah,
Newspaper. Paperboy.
Paperboy, yeah.
That
It's
was
a famous hip hop group, Paperboys.
And also a cool Nintendo game.
Yeah, we just I remember you could actually trash cars and stuff with drawing newspapers.
You can kill dogs as well, or was it only cars?
You can be really ghetto with this.
Okay, good diversion anyways.
Yeah.
Then I started DJing when I was 15, just playing with shitty turntables and learn how to beat match with vinyl and driving my parents crazy, basically. I actually don't remember when I started producing, but I think it might be the same year or the year after.
When are we talking about now?
We're talking about 2001, I think. 2001.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think someone had like Fruity Loops on a brenne-CD, like a CD, DVD drive.
Yeah.
So then I started like putting stuff together there, and I met some other people at school. We were like 3 or 4 people who was really into like electronic music, like house music and later on garage, of course. But we did like a project in school actually, like music class. So we produced a track for an exam, and then we get like A.
Great, that's great.
And I don't think the teacher actually understand what we did and what we were doing. And it probably sounded like a bit shit, but we were happy, and then we kind of it just started. It was just music basically. So yeah.
Yeah, so you've been going on for a long time, since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And but you started with Fruity Loops, and I remember Tøyen, Torstein, our common friend, that also sing on a track that we will hear a little snippet of later.
Yeah.
I remember Tøyen, they were producing everything on PlayStation.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. I think
Music 2000.
Music 2000 was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I actually had that program as well, but I didn't use it that much.
No.
But I remember when I get like Fruity Loops, it was just, why? What is this? And I can just like pick drums, and it was like I didn't understand shit about it, but it produced sounds.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of it started pretty slowly because it was the DJ part I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like learn how to DJ and beat match and like watch people dance and build a set. But it was like, yeah, just those two things connect together.
But you think that you have to start with vinyl to be a real DJ? Are you one of those old school people that's like?
No, I think that no, I think that's. I think it's like the selection of music and the interest of music. I don't actually care that much about what kind of format it is. I mean, when I started DJing, it was like I used way too much money to actually have like a proper set. I remember I didn't send any mixtapes before I was like 18 because I had like I didn't have enough records, so I couldn't I couldn't play out basically. So
it's expensive and heavy, and that's why people like it. I think this vinyl business.
Yeah, but I kind of agree that I still play vinyl, but when I buy vinyl, it doesn't have to be a genre of music. So it can be everything. So it can be like when I DJ a vinyl set, I can be from garage to ambient to afro to. Yeah.
But when you say garage, you're talking about the UK garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proper.
Because
proper garage.
As far as I know, there's like two different types of electronic music that is called garage.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm confused. It's like also we have garage rock. Yeah. It's like three different types of music. It's called garage.
I don't play
what
that
is it
much
about?
Garage rock though.
No, garage rock.
Cool.
It's garage rock as a mixture of rock and UK garage.
Yeah,
that would be cool actually.
Yeah.
Proper garage rock. But tell me a little bit about this etymology. It's really for someone that's not super into electronic music. It's very confusing.
Yeah, but I mean, garage started out just as a high-pitched US kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
high-pitched, like sped up house.
They just sped up house.
Sped up house.
Like,
with four on the floor.
Four
kick
on the
drums.
floor. Yeah.
Kicks.
So it's actually like the garage name is from the States. So it's like almost like it's
from the
Paradise Garage kind of thing, and the UK started playing at the after parties. This is like I heard this story, but Ministry of Sound was like one of the first clubs in the UK.
Yeah.
But the garage DJs, they couldn't get in, but they started an after party. I think the name is Elephant and Castle or something like that. They started an after party. So when Ministry closed, the garage DJs started playing at the after party, and they basically played like US house from abroad, speeded up. So like it was 130 BPM kind of US house in the beginning.
Yeah.
But then it kind of as basically everything in the UK, they kind of made their own sound with. They did like they wanted rougher stuff.
Yeah.
And that's like, and the rumor said that because they weren't really a lot of they were on a lot of drugs.
Yeah, obviously.
So they reacted much to like bass lines and heavy bottom ends and stuff like that. They wanted more dubbed stuff, and then they kind of started playing raw garage with the same speed.
Yeah, but when does this syncopated kick drums and stuff started in the 90s? Or this, like when the break, I feel like the UK garage, I feel it's not the for bass drums in a round kind of thing.
It can actually be both. It's about. I mean, it's about the swing on both of it. But if you're talking about more like two-step scene,
Yeah.
when you kind of do the broken beat stuff.
Yeah, but where is that name from? The two-step? Why? I'm asking difficult maybe. No, why is it called two-step? Maybe someone in the chat could could.
Why is it called two-step? Or half-step?
I think I know.
Okay.
I'm just eating a
Just,
little bit
eating
of
some
potato
nuts?
chips right now, but I think it's because you count to 2.
Yeah, that might be.
You count in just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 instead of counting to 4.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Yeah, you should have a proper applause for that. Yeah, we should move on with the questions. And it's the next question is how is the Oslo club scene now and like recently?
It's you can always is it, are you looking for the same answer as the last one? Do everyone, if you're a proper vinyl DJ, you're a real DJ and stuff like that, or
No,
Okay.
I'm just like curious about like I feel I'm been a DJ for 25 years, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always in the
center?
in the center of the universe, but outside of every scene. It's like I'm like a little bit in the house and techno scene,
Yeah.
a little bit in the folk music scene.
Yeah.
I feel like I never like really fit in anywhere. So
No.
we actually try to apply for joining the house music scene
Yeah.
to Ola Abstract. We were asking about forms and stuff in the 90s,
Yeah.
and he was really confused.
Okay. Yeah.
So because he was taking us seriously, we was like, where could we kind of apply to get to be part of the house music scene?
Okay. do you want to apply for? Is that why you asked me how to make like a house beat and stuff like that, or?
No. I will get to that question actually.
Okay.
No, it's because I'm like interested in how scenes work.
Yeah.
And maybe the Ministry of Sound you have to apply. they have some forms online.
I don't know. It's.
But seriously, the Oslo club scene. Tell me about the Oslo club scene from a DJ's perspective. What's going on?
The Oslo club scene is it's pretty small, to be honest. It's just like people are playing house music, and I don't know if it's changed that much. I mean, it's more more maybe like variety in house music and what kind of the terms of house music is. And you of course, when I started DJing, I think you had like 2 clubs or something.
Yeah.
I started.
What clubs are that?
What?
What clubs are that?
Sika Mecanico.
Yeah.
And I think it was Killerego or something like that. Because I
Skansen was there already, wasn't it?
No, it was closed.
It was
I
closed
think it
already?
was closed, yeah.
Already?
So I actually
yeah.
started DJing like post like the house culture. Everything was dead when I started DJing, basically.
Yeah. This is 2000 and...
I think it was 2001, 2 or something.
Yeah. It was like really bottom for the club music.
Yeah, it was.
Because everyone, even the housers were starting to listen to like stupid rock music.
Stupid rock music.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
What is the name of this band? I can't remember the name of the band, but it's a few bands that became really famous with some really. It's not the Streets, but it's something like that. But it's a rock band.
Okay, The Strokes.
The Strokes, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
People were starting to listen to music like The Strokes, and that was played
like
on the radio. And then
in the indie period, like
the 90s where the house music and electronic music were officially dead in the start of the 2000s.
Yeah,
I think.
it actually was when I started DJing. There was only basically 2 places to play in, and everything else was nothing basically. So for me, it's really positive thing going on now. And
Yeah.
that is, there's a lot of there's a new generation reacting to like old school house music basically, but you also have the superstar, like the fame stuff in house music, which is basically it doesn't happen that much in Oslo because we're pretty intimate and pretty small, but throughout the whole, I think the house scene, it might be a bit too much of like the huge festivals and look at me, I'm a DJ, ooh waka waka stuff, and everyone's like pointing their cameras at a DJ. And I mean, maybe we should go back to actually don't look at the DJ at all as it started, kind of.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm not. I mean, I don't feel. I play good music, but I'm not that interesting to watch. I'm just a average guy.
Yeah, but that's how it should. I think like the DJ as a superstar is something also that came out of this 90s era.
Yeah.
Where you put like a DJ on a huge stage, and I was actually on a pretty big stage yesterday.
Yeah.
On the Oslo Pride.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I feel like it's pretty weird being on a big stage.
Yeah.
But people were like dancing and having fun, and they were thinking too much about us, so
Yeah.
that was cool actually.
Yeah.
But I feel it's weird when you have like the silde or orange stage and you have a DJ on top and only one person, and you
Yeah.
compensate with a lot of lights.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty weird. I like having you in a corner and people dancing, and it's about the audience.
Yeah, and that international house scene it's a bit focused around fireworks and big stages, and that if there's not a big drop, there's nothing to it, kind of. They just want to.
Really?
Yeah, so that's a bit weird. But in Oslo, I think it's still a weird city. I love it, and sometimes I hate it. But for me, which is I love house music, but I play different styles as well.
Yeah.
It's like for me, it's interesting, and there's a lot of good producers in every corner here.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Yeah, but there's nothing. I think there's nothing, especially in house music in general. There's not a professionalism. There's a lot of professional producers and a lot of good DJs, but there's not like no apparat. There's nothing.
There's
like
no,
you don't,
no.
you don't have like an agency, and no one actually kind of.
There's actually
It just stops.
a hole.
Yeah.
For like bookers and agents and stuff.
It's a vacuum. It's
It's
non-existent.
yeah.
So if you're abroad and you're
Yeah,
look to
ask
Norway.
Marius about the good DJs from Oslo.
Yeah, producers
maybe
at least. I mean,
producers
there's so
also.
many good
And
producers.
we've been mentioning the abstract, and I would have a shout out to his show. We've been shouting out for him because he was on the Norwegian radio and he was kicked off, and then he started this lead podcast every month.
Yeah.
You can hear like fresh new Norwegian house music and electronic music in general, which is really cool. So more of that, and we also have the Villa started this podcast now with Tore. So it's actually not only me
It's not only but.
It's not only but me trying to have a serious discussion about music going on in the clubs.
No. That's
great.
now we actually have free serious stuff going on.
Yeah,
that's
there
like,
is some serious.
that's more than zero. That's amazing.
Bookings and agents and stuff, I don't know too much about that, and I don't want to have anything to do with that.
I think they only care about pop music because that's where the money is in short term.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think in general the scene is nice and there's a lot of good talent.
Yeah. I think we should move on to the next question.
Really?
And it's kind of everything is just flowing around there because of the wind.
It's blowing up here.
It's blowing in the wind. Yeah.
Is the answer there as well?
Yeah. How did the Corona years affect dance music? And is Oslo disco dead and replaced with fast techno?
How did the
question.
Corona years affect dance music?
Or your dance music, maybe?
My dance music?
Yeah. Or dance music on the whole scene, I don't know.
I think the Corona years affect dance music that it just suddenly stopped, and people started producing ambience instead.
Yeah.
There was a huge amount of ambient albums at that time. So
Yeah.
otherwise, it's obvious that there weren't any clubs and you couldn't go somewhere commercially. But there was a lot of raves, like a lot of the younger generations here, especially in Norway. They like they took their they took in their own hands, like their
Yeah.
they did their own raves in the forest and stuff like that because they were tired of not having a party.
Yeah.
But I mean, we didn't have any jobs, and yeah, I kind of everyone feels like what's the point of doing this if there's no people getting together, because after all we're producing music that we want to see people dance to our music, otherwise we wouldn't produce dance music.
Yeah, obviously.
So
I was feeling really weird about this too, and I was playing like rhythmic sets to people sitting down.
yeah, it
That
was
was
weird.
really weird.
Yeah, we played at I played both as a couple of garage sets at Jaeger as well, like playing like 132 BPM like speed garage for people sitting like this. And
That's so weird. Yeah, that was so. Even like my chilled out music was like,
whoa!
so if it's,
Okay,
hold the camera.
hold the cameras.
All button, all button,
button.
My
all button.
God, we're
It's crazy. But yeah, even it's not very chilled out, but even the Center of the Universe sets, which is kind of like down tempo, but lots of crazy things happening, felt
Yeah.
really weird at that point, and
Yeah.
like
yeah.
it was pretty weird. But
Yep.
I actually enjoyed this era.
Period.
This
Okay.
period,
Yeah.
because people were like looking into themselves and producing music to listen to.
Yeah.
Also, we will have an example of that. Not only to dance to, and when some DJs and producers start to look into themselves, I felt like something interesting happened, even if it was a result of everyone having a bad time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed some of the output of it.
Yeah, and you had a lot of time. I at least had a lot of time producing music,
Yeah.
and just like working with palettes and kind of just learning how to renew my sound, kind of. So and question 2 is Oslo disco dead and replaced with fast techno?
Maybe it's
Did it ever die?
did it ever die, or did it peak, or what happened to the Oslo disco? I feel like
I think they're
I'll
like
try to answer that.
slow motion chugging set is a bit hard at the moment. I don't know.
You think about like Italo, like low BPM DJing.
Yeah, but I
that
think
time.
the Italo is actually coming back. I mean, you have skateboard,
Yeah, skateboard. You always have skateboard.
board, SO, which is actually coming back.
But he never stopped actually doing this
No, he's
disco,
just- and that's-
Bergen disco, I would call.
And I
I
think
feel it's a very hard, it's a very extremely Oslo sound.
Yeah.
It's like Todd Terje and Bill
Yeah.
Thomas and.
But I mean, they're
it's
huge.
like-
They're huge internationally.
Yeah. So they
But I-
didn't
but
get
I-
out of fashion internationally. Only
No,
here.
no,
it
no.
was-
I actually went to Bali with my girlfriend in February,
Yeah.
and I went to this festival, and Todd Terje were actually having a DJ set.
Amazing.
And it was like really nice. It was packed and
Amazing.
everyone loved it. So it's not dead in that terms. I think maybe there's a little break in Oslo for producers as well, because it's been done for so many years. So you may be trying to renew or refresh your sound in some sort of way, and people were maybe not that interesting being pigeonholed as Scandinavian disco, because you weren't actually like doing Scandinavian disco. So, but it's trends, you know. It's always trends. I mean, maybe in 2 years it's slowed down again, and you can play 82 BPM Oslo disco set, and everyone's like chugging.
I feel like I'm still on this low BPM.
I mean, you never go out of fashion.
Yeah, and
just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I feel that Oslo disco is more a tradition than it's a trend actually.
Yeah.
So that it will continue, but it will be more or less popular maybe.
Yeah, but I mean,
also this hard. But I was surprised after the Corona years when this hard techno, fast techno, suddenly showed up everywhere.
Yeah.
Like really fast, aggressive club music. I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, but I remember we had like me and a friend had like the Fantastiske 2, which was a duo project, and then when they did like the Norwegian Northern Disco Lights documentary, I think it's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
They sent like this DJ Mag reporter, which was interviewing us, and you always try to get us in like the Todd Terje Lindström, Oslo disco, and how's Oslo disco affecting you, and I mean we were young and we didn't want to be we were cooler than that. So I was like, no, please don't call us Oslo disco. We do something else, and yeah. But now I'm cool with that. It's an important part of the
it's a tradition
of the Oslo scene, or like the Norwegian music scene in general. So it's almost like biosphere on ambient kind of. Yeah.
Tromsø techno, Oslo disco.
Yeah. So
it's cool. I like that. For me, it's the Norwegian traditions.
Yeah.
Both of them actually is like the pillars of Norwegian club music and influential stuff. And I feel like even if the year changed, the music doesn't turn bad. Just because it may be out of fashion this year, maybe it will probably come back.
Yeah, but I think it's musically interesting. I mean, there's a lot of melodies, and there's a lot of groove in a lot of that stuff. And when it comes to next question, is Oslo disco dead and replaced with fast techno? That's. I mean, maybe I'm too old, but I think the fast techno thing. It's starting to be a bit too silly now.
It is.
Yeah, but I mean, like you can basically put like Barbie girl on a 160 BPM techno beat, and everyone's like jumping, and I think it sounds silly, but I mean. It's maybe not my style.
You're not a techno guy.
I'm not. I like techno, but maybe not that kind of techno.
No.
Yeah.
I like the old school techno, but I think it's cool that the new generation of people does a new thing that we hate. I respect that.
And that's the thing about it.
I respect that 100%.
You don't want
cool.
to. Yeah, but
we're the old guys now.
We're the old guys now.
And that's not that.
And I think that when you get older and you see that, okay, I don't need to listen to fast techno all the time, then they go down to the rabbit hole, which is a bit more slower and more sitting down music, sitting down dancing.
Yeah, but to sum up this thing, we should maybe move on and play a little bit of your Corona output.
My Corona output.
Yeah,
okay.
This track that is called Scenery.
Yeah,
We should
yeah.
hear that. I think if it's going to be released in.
It's going
when
to be
it's going
released next year.
next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
So it started out as an EP with 3 tracks,
Yeah.
but I think it will be ending up as like a mini album, maybe.
Yeah.
I have a couple of
Great.
more tracks ready for that, and I think it will be like 6 or 7, like a journey. I will create a journey.
That's great. It's a great track.
Yeah. Okay,
So
thank you.
yeah, you can spin the scenery track, boys.
Okay, then I think we need to go into because we need to go into the green screen. I think because this show is supposed to be on the green screen. So I think you have to.
Hey!
We have to go over here now.
Oh, it's getting batshit crazy.
Bit of the green screen
This
on
show is
the floor there.
Hey! Oi!
Okay, so we're gonna play the scenery track. Is that correct?
yes,
Yeah.
that will be awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna play it
Oi.
now.
There's a new storm coming. Hey!
Yo.
Can you see my jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we key, Marius? No. Yeah,
No,
we're
it's
keying
here,
a little
it's
bit.
here.
There's a little Oslo disco in the
Yeah,
jacket.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Disco jacket. That's
disco
amazing.
jacket.
Yeah.
And it looks good. There's a little Oslo disco in there.
Yeah.
And also, yeah. What did we hear now?
We heard a track named Scenery outside my window, which is a track I started doing during Corona.
Yeah.
Actually, like I had like this studio up in the mountains. That sounds really cliche,
Yeah, it did.
but like in my
It's not as bad as going to Berlin to produce house music. Mountains are better.
I started doing it in my cabin in the mountains during Corona, and I asked a friend of mine who's he plays guitar in a really cool like 80s rock band. I just
Yeah.
sent him a track or like
Yeah.
a demo of stuff, and then he sent me back some, hey, can you do some guitar? And he played some guitar, and then I just it just ended up in my hard drive. I didn't do anything about it for maybe 1.5 years.
Uh-huh.
And then I suddenly found it on my hard drive again at the same cabin. And then it actually started out as a house track.
The hard drive was in the cabin.
No, but
You left the hard drive in the cabin.
left the hard drive in the cabin. But I still, yeah. Anyways, so I listened to it again. It started out as a house track, but then I ended up like removing all the drums and stuff like that, and just redo the whole thing with the guitars. And then the vocal you heard is from Guro, who rented the studio with us in Maridalsveien.
Uh-huh.
She's a really good like folk jazz singer. So I asked if she could like add some sparkle on top,
Yes.
and she did. And 2.5 years later, it's finished, and I'm happy with it. It's
It
my,
will be
it's my
released.
first ambient track.
Yeah, but there is some drums there.
It's some drums, yeah, of course.
But you can have someone making a remix where they
Without
just
drums.
take out
Yeah.
or
Like,
you can just,
like an edit.
you can just edit to
Yeah.
take out the rest of the drums, have
Yeah.
like Corona edit.
No, not allowed to dance edit.
No drums.
No drums.
Like lockdown edit.
No drums edit.
No drums.
No
You
drums.
could upload to YouTube where it's like Marius Sommerfeldt, blah blah track. No drums.
No drums.
Yeah, that would be that would go viral.
So that was the
completely.
track.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super nice. It's
Thank
one of
you.
my favorites.
Yeah.
We have to.
Now we're
Buckle up for the-
blowing away again.
Yeah, it's blowing a lot in this.
Blowing,
This is Norwegian
yeah.
summer in a
Yeah.
nutshell.
You might see a polar bear coming through soon as
Polar
well.
bears and yeah. But talking about geography, you have a very British sound,
Okay.
and you're also into UK garage. Why?
What is the British sound actually?
What is a British sound?
What do you recognize about the British sound? I always like, what's the British sound about it?
Why I think you have a British sound
Yeah.
in your. It's,
Why do you think I have a British sound?
Yeah, that's very hard to pinpoint. It's actually it's very hard to explain,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
but it has.
I have a British sound.
I think you have a totally British sound.
Okay.
In it, mate.
In it.
mate.
it.
It's, but it's hard to pinpoint. But if you listen to some of your tracks, you can hear it's not from the US,
Okay. Yeah.
and you can
yeah.
hear it. It could be like, and you can hear it's not from Germany.
Yeah.
And
okay.
maybe it's some of these like off kilter beats, like this two-steppy.
Yeah.
It's a touch of like, it's not straightforward tech house. There is some syncopation and swing and shuffle, and maybe that's and also the selection of synths.
Yeah.
It gives it
might,
away actually that you listen to a lot of this stuff.
It might be. It might be. I haven't thought of that, but I when you say it like that, I kind of agree, because I never. It doesn't sound American, and I grew up with a lot of like the garage and the paper stuff, of course, which is
Paper
good.
recordings,
Yeah, which is good friends of mine, and I release stuff on their label now, which is cool, I think. And I always kind of like defected stuff and airtight, and I think there was a lot of cool labels back in the noughties, you call it like that?
Yeah.
Back in late
Yeah, you
90s,
say it's the
early
noughties.
2000,
Yeah.
which has kind of like the warm, more like the warm, organic, like deep house, shuffly sound.
Yeah.
I like the shuffle.
The shuffle is
Yeah.
really British. The like shuffly drums, and it's not like very like militant.
No. I
it's-
never do like I never do like a zero quantized thing. I
Yeah.
always shuffle
Yeah.
a lot, which is yeah.
But why?
But why?
Where did it come from? Did you go to the UK to listen to some music, or to go to parties, or is it just like random?
Just always been inspired by the groove and the swing of the UK sound, and also, I mean, obviously the UK's club music has always been like stealing a lot from other parts. I mean, they take in kind of house music from the US. They took like and also techno from the US, and then you had like not stealing, but there's a lot of inspiration in it.
In it, right? Yeah.
In it. There's a lot of inspiration in it. And yeah, that kind of interests me in the UK sound in general. It's just like it can be funky, but it could still be synth based, and yeah, it can be everything. It didn't have to be any formulaic kind of thing. You can easily hook up a soul sample into a breakbeat hardcore track. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was a good explanation.
Okay.
Because yeah. And yeah, talking about language and idioms, how do you translate the term "noen kalde" in Norwegian?
How do you translate it?
Yeah, from Norwegian, noen kalde in Norwegian to
Turn some cold ones?
turn some cold ones. Is
Yeah.
that something you can say in other countries?
Not
people-
sure. I haven't tried it yet, but I will try this summer actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
let's
try
go.
this.
I really like the term "turn some cold ones."
Turn some cold ones.
Yeah.
In the.
Let's go out and turn some cold ones.
Yeah, it works actually.
yeah,
and,
it does.
and say that to some international friends and see how they react.
I will try it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question. Yeah, maybe we should check up if there is some action in the chat. Any questions in the chat?
Have you played?
Yes, I have a question about
snus,
Snus som Kalle here from Bob Le Bad.
Play. Can you play what you said? Play.
Are you able to,
Where's the man in the ice cream van, please? Hello, Ulf.
Hello, Ulf.
Hello.
Maybe we should have a little shout out to Bob Bad at this point.
So?
Since he is the only one in the chat at this point.
Are you turning some cold ones today, Ulf? Or Mr. Bob Lebad?
I think that many people are doing other stuff than watching niche club music shows on YouTube today.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I
Wow.
think so. People are like out and about.
But I think that's.
happy.
But it will be like you can watch this.
You can watch this whenever you want.
On demand. as
They
you
can
call
watch it tomorrow when they're tired after being out today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
it's
they can
very
watch it.
good. Shout out to everyone watching this tomorrow.
and it's. I think it would be a really good pillow TV
we have
on Sunday.
we have answer
Oh, Ray.
here.
Cheers.
Yeah, we have to talk a little bit about Ulf at this point, since he's the only one in the chat. Since I don't know a producer that produces so much music as Boblebad. Actually, I don't know how he finds time.
No?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
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 And a lot of it is really good also. But
Yeah.
I can fall out of the. I can't follow the outfit.
No,
There's just too much.
It's
I wonder
crazy.
how many EPs there are now.
Oh, it's
It's amazing.
crazy. It's like,
amazing music. You should check it out. It's really funky stuff.
Boblebad.
Boblebad.
Boblebad. And also Sommerbad, which is me and Ulf
Yeah,
singing about turning some cold ones and stuff like that.
yeah,
Which also you did a really good curling remix on.
yeah.
Yeah.
The curling remix is quite nice. It's a winter version of this.
Yeah.
Isbad.
Yeah.
Or-
It's the Isbad
It's the
version.
Isbad.
Yeah.
yeah, but we should continue. You're producing mostly on hardware and not on the computer.
Yeah.
Why?
I like it that way. It's a bit complicated. Why? Okay.
Oh,
Hold på hatten!
Oh.
Norwegian summer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all good.
All good. We survived.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm producing mostly on hardware. I started producing on a computer, but for me it's just because I like to turn on knobs and kind of I like stuff. I like to touch things, and I feel that I learn more on and easier to just like, oh, this happens when I do that kind of thing. And I think that if you buy like a software package with our camera crew is like flying out
We
right
have
now.
some flying salt stinger here. But I think it's alright.
But we're not aborting. We're not aborting.
No, we're not aborting. We're continuing to
We
the bitter end.
continue
It's
to the
not that.
bitter end?
It's not raining, so it's
No.
it's all right.
It's,
Yeah.
whoa. There's a lot of stuff happening here today. It's really. What the fuck?
Hold på hatten! Hold på hatten!
Stuff is just blowing around in the in the backyard of Lufthansa, and we try to continue the show talking about electronic music, even if it's not easy. Yeah, where were we? And you were talking about producing on hardware. If you get the big software package full of stuff, what will happen then?
If I get this big software package, I will probably use a lot of time just ending up with presets and not like fiddling any knobs because
Yeah.
it will be counterproductive. I just
Yeah.
need to. It's like a collection. I
Yeah.
like to collect stuff and just have it and kind of learn that type of software before I move on to the next type of software, and then it's like,
Yeah.
it's just like.
Or in this, move on to the next machine, or like
Yeah.
have like, but you have like one machine that does drums and one machine that does bass. Is this like your band?
It's my band, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my band. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not like producing from A to B everything on hardware. So like you use software to edit. I heard. Like you're not
Yeah.
like
No,
you're
I
not
use-
like having to sequence everything perfectly and then record the stereo. That's not what you do. Yeah.
No. I do it like I record bits and pieces. For instance, a couple of loops, and then I produce them with like effects and stuff like that. So I arrange in Ableton.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a very smart way of working, I think. Or else we would never release any music.
No,
You would just sit with the machines if you have to do sequence everything.
But I
perfectly.
usually don't do like if I play a sequence, or if I only like play a sequence once, and then I don't store the sound.
You don't?
No, I
You
don't
just
store. I don't store
Why?
the sound.
Why not?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just like if it works, it works. Otherwise, it's gone.
And then you record it, and then you go, and then you don't do anything more. You can't go back.
I can't remember what kind of sound I've been using in most of the.
So if you
ways.
have to change something in the mix, then you're fucked.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm basically
really yeah.
Yeah.
But then you have to do that sound again, or you don't do that sound again. You know?
It depends. I mean, of course, I have some places I can store stuff, but for in samplers and stuff like that, it's easy to press right.
Yeah.
But on synths and stuff like that, I don't store.
You don't
that
store
much.
anything. That's
I
pretty
just,
radical.
Do
It's
like
very
stuff
radical.
and then
Yeah, because when I produce with hardware
Yeah.
and sequencers, I store everything.
yeah,
And
you have backup for everything.
I like store and use so much time just like managing these files and presets and stuff because I want. But that's because I want to go back and use them maybe for a live set.
Yeah,
But if I'm trying to perform this music live, I will go back and like find this exact synth sound.
yes.
And if I can't have that, it's like I don't want I don't
Okay,
want anything
yeah.
because I'm kind of married to some of these sounds, and they are impossible to make again, even on like digital synths.
Yeah.
But they are possible to make again, but I'm not capable of making them again.
I realized that that's a problem when I'm playing live as well. That I can't recall what kind of preset or what kind of synth I'm using for my tracks. But I just my solution to that is to when I play live, I do like a hardware set, but I can loop some stuff, and then I can sequence stuff which aren't originally there on
yeah.
top of it,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be that drum sound. It can be like straight on 909 of all my tracks. It doesn't matter, kind of. So
Yeah, so it's the solution to this is that the live set is different than the studio productions.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And the sounds doesn't have to be the same.
No.
Yeah. And that sounds pretty smart, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can do like, you can loop stuff forever and ever. And
Yeah.
actually, I don't know how much time we have.
We can talk until we're finished. We don't have to do too many more questions, maybe, if the chat is not cooking over.
We have a last
But
track,
I
right?
have.
Oh,
we,
you have,
we
yeah,
should.
let's do
yeah,
any more.
I think maybe we could jump to the last question, and
Okay.
or the one you want to actually, the one you want to answer most of the questions.
How do you
And-
make a good house beat, or any artist?
Or we go
DJs
quick
usually?
with the questions, and then we listen
Okay.
to a bit of this track with Toshybot that I
Okay,
really
yeah,
want
yeah,
people
yeah.
to hear.
Let's-
In
let's-
the end, and then we like say goodbye, and then we
Okay.
listen to a bit of that track because
Yeah,
it's so
that's
cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, so next question: how do you make a good house beat? Let's do it quick. Usually start with a 909 kick drum, a sequence, open hi-hat.
Open hi-hats.
Clap on the fourth.
Yeah, go on. I like this. This is quality content.
Okay,
For the
so
house
it's
producers.
it's a 4x4.
Yeah.
Just put it in. I like to put a swing a lot on my. It could be like my 909 or a sampler, stuff like that. Just put it on full on maximum.
Seriously?
Like 50%.
50%?
I used to do like
Yeah.
between 30 and 50% on the
Yeah.
drums.
That's great.
Yeah, and then it's
Yeah.
like open hi-hat on the open hi-hat, clap, snare. Usually do with like between the open hi-hats. Usually do like closed hi-hats. It can be, and then I sequence them with it's a sequencer, and then I do like a lot of release, decay, sustain, filter stuff,
Yeah.
and also phaser, flanger, phaser and flanger
On the whole
hi-hats.
thing? On the hi-hats?
No,
only?
for the hi-hats.
Only for the hi-hats, yeah.
Yeah, to get like this, like the small. It's not rhythmical, but you can hear bit of the changes.
Tiny variations on the
Tiny
hi-hats.
variations.
Yeah.
Clap with delay, good reverb, snare. It's a snare with it can be either like a double snare on the 63rd step, or you know about it. Yeah, and then just like sequence the whole shit.
Yeah.
Start the track with just like sequence, like have all the parts. Whoop, 6 minutes, and then start with then you go for the bass line.
6 minutes.
6 minutes. I always start with like coping the whole stuff to 6 minutes.
Yeah, 6 minutes altogether. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like 6 minutes of beats.
Yeah, but and then you have to arrange and take out stuff.
Yeah.
And I was interested in just like this beats
Beat section.
part of it, because I feel like this when I hear good house music, I think that the sounds are the drums are sounding so good, and I really can't pinpoint why.
Okay.
And then you say it's a 909, which is a synth that
It's a 909.
everyone uses.
Yeah.
And I was like wondering about this secret sauce of how to make it sound good and full and fat without being like too much bass. But
It's a bit of like how you process the stuff afterwards. If you use like a multiband compression, just like sauce up so you get like a kick, the bottom end real fat, and then you also have, if you have like the hi-hats, which is like then you're pretty full on.
Yeah,
and
but that's on the stereo track of the whole drum machine.
No, I only use mono.
Yeah, you only use mono?
Yeah,
that's pretty radical.
All the drums are mono.
That's pretty radical. Yeah.
you don't need to hear stereo drum.
Really?
Yeah, that's for the drummers, not for the.
Seriously?
That's not for the drum
Yeah, maybe
machine.
that's a good idea, because I always like pan some stuff here and there. Like,
but you don't pan the kick.
No, not the kick, but like the hi-hats and the shakers and
you
stuff.
you can pan the hi-hats, and if you do like.
So you pan the hi-hats?
Yeah, I pan the hi-hats.
You do?
Yeah,
but not the snare or claps or anything?
No, and also stereo left-right for the claps and stuff like that.
So we're not that radical now. Everything has to be
I'm not that radical. No.
Okay, on to the last question.
Any artist or DJs we should look out for? I mean, is that in terms of Norwegian?
No, it doesn't have to be Norwegian, but it's cool actually. If it's like this is a local thing, so it's cool.
I think there's a lot of. Artists. I think there's a lot of good artists who is releasing on Ballabing.
Yeah, Ballabing Discos. That is a record label run by
Håkon Vinne Villbass.
Yeah.
And me as a small sidekick. So.
So you're a part of the Ballabing. I was wondering, you're a part of the Ballabing running the label, also.
Yeah, I'm like his small sidekick artist. Yeah.
A&R, dude.
We're A&Ring a bit. There's a lot of.
Shout out to Vinne Villbass. If I ever play house, I play his tracks and Charlotte Bendik's tracks and your tracks.
Yeah, cool.
So it's. Ballabing Discos,
So
who's on that label?
Frifot is doing a lot of cool stuff, both on the techno and house side. Anders Lyngen, Magnus JJ, they've been DJing a lot in the city, but their music they're producing now is really cool. It's like
under what name?
Anders Lyngen and JJ. It's like deep driven kind of. It's like solid house music.
Nice.
Of course, Håkon Vinne Villbass. There's actually so many, but of course Bob Lebad is doing a lot of his producer machine. So watch this space. There's always something new from Bob Lebad. And also Alex, he's a friend of mine, and Casablanca 303. From Beyond.
Vi er her på live. Ja, det er live. Hvis du vil på tuben, så... Yes. ja, ikke sant? Der. Halla. Halla. Jeg rømte. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Some local people. Actually,
We have some photobombing
he's
going on.
photobombing from one of the
Photobombing
from
from
a great beat maker.
Yeah.
Actually, in
And you should look out for the beat maker as well. I
Yeah.
don't know his name, but it's
Yeah.
probably a good beat maker.
yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah. Maybe we should round off
Round off.
and,
a
and
good,
play a
applause.
little. He's called Tor-Viggo actually. Shout out to Tor-Viggo. He's actually a great beat maker and a really good producer. That he didn't know we were live on YouTube, but we
Okay.
are.
We're live on YouTube.
We are, but soon we're not live on YouTube anymore. And shout out to the boys, Soppen55 and Kristoffer Lislegård on the AV on camera. Shout out to me and Gallery 69 for letting us using the space and occupying the backyard. Here is more BHLB, yeah.
Shout out to
Sandegata
Ulf Boblebad in the chat. And to DJ Sandegata for tidying up
That's the
the
best comment.
flying table.
Anything Balearic soon, Marius? Yes, actually, we're having me and the Bobble is doing a Balearic track together.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it's
Looking
it's
forward
going
to that.
to be released. Yeah.
The last track we'll hear when we kind of say thank you and goodbye is one with Torstein Dyrnes,
Yeah.
aka Toshybot on vocals.
Yeah.
A track I have been playing every single day for a month.
Wow,
For
really?
for young people that are learning contemporary dance.
Wow,
While they are warming up,
that's cool.
we're like getting into the groove.
Okay.
And the dance instructor are telling them what to do.
Please tell me what to do.
I play this track.
Okay.
So and the instructors are like, yeah, maybe we should do like we pretend to be like bubble gum with your body.
Okay.
And pretend to be a snake and pretend to be a wave and then I play this track for like maybe 1,000 young people at
That's
the
so
school
cool.
during weeks.
Yeah.
So it's a really good track that we could hear. And thanks for coming, Marius. It's
Thanks for having me.
It's amazing.
It's a pleasure.
Really nice hearing you talk. And this is the last episode of the season. We're back in autumn in the next season with some different stuff happening.
That was a good season finale with like the wind and
Yeah.
people, it's all, like tables falling overboard, and
It was a worthy summer special.
that was a special one.
It's a really
it
special
was.
and it's
we
nice to be
didn't
outside
even have a
then.
green screen.
Yeah,
This is real, guys, and girls, of course. It's real.
it's
The backdrop
very
is real.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no special effects. We have bushes like this in Norway. Come visit us.
Okay, cheerio. Takk for nå. Peace out.
Hey.